Hey guys, welcome back to Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel today for the episode. Got a fun one today, guys. We're going to be talking about some old school lures that still catch fish, and I still use them. A lot of people still use them. These baits have been around. The ones I'm going to show you, they're probably 45, 50 years old, still catch a ton of fish, and really talk to the bigger picture a little bit about why some lures endure over others as far as they can stand the test of time. So we'll dig into that in today's episode here. Also, guys, a couple quick things before we get started here. Just a quick reminder, anybody interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, all you got to do is go to my Facebook page, Intuitive Angling with Randy Blaukat. Shoot me a private message for details there, get you all set up. And also, guys, quick reminder that SolarBat has got our their biggest sale of the year. They got on my Signature Series glasses, my RB2s and 3s. 50% off during this month in celebration of our country's 250th anniversary. So if you guys are wanting to get you a pair of those good SolarBat glasses, I'll have the link in the description here. And if you use the promo code RandyB, guys, you get free shipping and handling. So appreciate that. Also, guys, the lures I'm talking about, the old ones today, I'm gonna put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video. A lot of these baits they still make today, the modern versions of them. So you can order the modern versions of the ones that, I'm showing you here that are really old. Okay, lures. Here's the thing about fishing lures, guys. There are so many dang lures out there. There's so many different lure categories. And there's lures that have stood the test of time and some lures that have just faded away over time. The ones that have really stood the test of time have some type of unique characteristic about them. Some of them are a lure that does not telegraph themselves. In other words, they're quiet baits, say like a Cinco or something, or a Texas rig worm. Other baits, say for example, like this old prop bait I'm gonna talk about here. Guys, these things have been around for over 100 years. I think the first prop bait was made in 1912 or 1910, and they still catch fish today, lots of fish. So the reason why certain lures endure is a big mystery to us to a large degree because, they're just appealing to bass for some reason. Some of them, like I said, they aren't. Some of them fade out over time and you can't catch many fish on them. But I want to go over, guys, some of my all-time favorites, guys. The old baits here that still catch them. I still use them occasionally. Talk a little bit about each one of them. Okay, the first one, guys, is the old school Rapala minnow. This is probably a 45-year-old Rapala minnow here. The blackback silver side, the floater here, guys. I have caught so many fish on this. I think the first bass I ever caught in my life down at Turkey Creek, where I grew up at, came on this bait here. I have used it all over the country to catch fish. I've done good in tournaments with it. We fished a tournament, it was 1987. It was a Bassmaster Invitational down at Lake Gunnersville. Rick Clunn won that tournament, and I finished 7th in it, and I had to fish on to win that tournament on a Rapala. Every bass I caught in that tournament was on this bait right here, and I lost a couple big ones that would have won the tournament for me. So I've used it successfully everywhere. The times how I like to fish Rapala, there's two different ways. Number one is if you have shallow grass, like hydrilla or milfoil or something like that, you can fish it fast, just like a jerk bait, just like boom, 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 boom. You can't let it hesitate because it'll float up. It's balsa. But if you got grass is in less than 4 foot of water, I've caught a lot of fish, jerking a Rapala over the top of that grass. But my favorite way to fish it is as a topwater lure. This is a great bait to fish if you're fishing shallow, fairly clear water that has no wind whatsoever. So let's say you get out into a little backwater area, maybe there's some shallow grass or shallow cover, water visibilities, 2.5, 3 feet, 4 foot clarity, something like that, and you got a completely calm day, especially if it's low light or shade. You can just fish this, just twitch it across the surface, just like twitch it like that, let it float up and let it sit there until the ripples dissipate. Twitch it again like that, let it float up. I've caught a bunch of big ones doing that, especially in Florida. So this thing's been working for 50 years. The other one like this, we just talked about here, guys, is the old prop bait. This is a Gilmore jumper right here. There's a lot of different prop baits. There's the devil's horses today. There's various different type of prop baits that you can get, different sizes and stuff like this. But the old wooden prop bait like this, again, this bait's probably 45 years old, still catches them really good. I don't know what it is about a prop bait. It's just something about the noise. It's sort of like a buzz bait, but the fish still bite them, even though they do telegraph themselves. Anytime that I'm fishing like a prop bait, a jumper or something, It's usually a low light condition, and it's usually a situation where you have water visibility sort of between 2 to 4 foot, and it's usually always shade related. When I'm fishing a prop bait like this, I'm keen on shade all the time. So shade off of an overhanging tree, shade on a bank that's, that's protected from the sun a little bit, shade off the side of a boat dock, wherever you find shade. And it's the same deal. I'll just jerk it down fast like that and go, and then let it float up, like that, let it float up till the ripples dissipate, and just fish it, just jerk it along the bottom. Let it, just jerk it for probably 6 inches, let it come up. Big ones will hammer it. They hammered it 50 years ago, they still will today. Okay, the next one here, guys, this is one of my favorite old school crankbaits. This is an old Rebel scooper here. You can see how it grunsed out this thing. This Rebel scooper is a fish catching bait, and it doesn't look like it, but this thing comes through wood really good. So I've caught a lot of fish on the old scooper, just fishing it through brush piles and over lay down trees and stuff. Really good, if that water temperature, sort of like 55 to 75 degree range in the springtime of the year. Crank it on a riprap bank, cranking it down rocky banks. It's got sort of a medium wobble to it. It's got a very rudimentary profile, but for whatever reason, the bass really like this old Rebel humpback here. Same with this one here, guys. This is one of my favorite all-time baits. You guys that have been with the channel have heard me talk about this, the Rebel Deep We Are. I buy, anytime I can find an old Rebel Deep We Are in this type of crawdad pattern with the orange belly like this. If you ever come across them, guys, buy them up. You can't buy them in the store. You got to get them like on eBay and stuff. But this is a deadly bait anytime during the pre-spawn of the year. Like, when people are fishing wiggle warts and stuff, you can take this Deep We Are, and like I said, this bait here is probably 45 years old. Crank it on shallow rocky banks. It works good in off-colored water. So I like to fish the Deep We Are in water visibility of like 1 to 2 foot. Perfect situation for that. I've caught a ton of 4-pound bass on that thing all over the years. And finally, guys, you cannot beat the old Jitterbug. The old Jitterbug has been around forever. It's basically a wake bait. They still do have these at Tackle Warehouse, by the way, too. A Jitterbug is one of the most underrated topwater baits of all time. People used it all the time back 50, 60 years ago. You don't hardly ever hear people using it anymore, except for the people that know about the Jitterbug. A lot of guys, like up on the Great Lakes, like at Lake St. Clair, Lake Champlain, they catch giant bags of smallmouth on a Jitterbug up there in the clear water. I've caught tons of fish on farm ponds with it. I've caught tons of fish around willow trees on it, anywhere there's shade. It's the same thing as a wake bait. I mean, it basically looks just like a modern day wake bait. It comes through the water just like that. Looks like something injured across the surface. People just don't fish them much anymore because there's so many different other options out there, but a Jitterbug will still work today as good as it ever has. So that's some of my favorite ones, guys. Give them a try. Like I said, you can pick up a bunch of these at Tackle Warehouse. I'll put that link in the description. Hope it helps you guys catch some good ones.